then we're going to extend, and look at this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That
much better now.
Great off.
All right, about 2 weeks ago, I threw down a challenge to somebody because they started doing mods, and if you know anything about me, which probably most of you don't because only 37% of you are actually subscribed, help me get to 100,000 maybe? I like to think of myself as a modder. And yes, a lot of my mods are trash tier kind of memey sort of stuff, but I like to think of myself as a very good modder, and probably the most predominant and biggest YouTube modder for BeamNG. So it probably comes as no surprise to you when I came across a YouTuber called Butch13, who also does BeamNG modding content with also automation cars and stuff like that, and they've even put things like dummies into their automation cars to make them crash more realistically. So I felt very threatened. But obviously, I didn't feel challenged enough because I forgot that tomorrow is actually when we're meant to be meeting up with our mods. Poorly thought out video intro. Good. So, I see that you're horning in on my audience by creating your own BeamNG modding content. You know what? I challenge you to a mod-off competition.
Oh, it's on. It's on. What are we talking about details for this?
Okay, I'm thinking we make an add-on mod for automation cars that anybody can use on their own vehicles, and then see who gets the most votes of which one we think is the of what our audiences think is the best mod.
Well, you know that means we're gonna have to steal some of your audience to vote for me, right?
All right, you know what? Good point. How about I obscure who made the mods and we put it out to vote and see who reckons which mod is best?
Okay, I'm down for that. I think we can do that. I think I can beat you in that.
All right. I will see you back here in 2 weeks.
See you then. Good luck.
So all I have to do is a magnum opus mod in 24 hours, or actually less than that. The problem is I was actually thinking about what would make a really good automation add-on mod, and then I made that video completely forgetting that I was meant to use that idea that I came up with against Butch. Oh, this diesel one would have been so good. Oh, what is something that I haven't done to automation vehicles before that I know how to do? I mean, I've done a light bar before, I've done the diesel stuff. You know what? When I used the thrusters transformy thing, that was actually pretty popular for Car Mighty's vid with the whole transforming thing. Oh, wait. I can't make panels an easily usable mod. You know what? There's something in BeamNG modding that I haven't done yet that I reckon I could add onto an automation car. That would be wings with big jet engines attached to them, but also I could make them extending so then they poke out and then they can thrust the vehicle along, and I might try to maybe pitch this to go onto one of those which automation mod can jump the furthest that Neological likes to make. You know, if he ever responds to one of my messages again. Yeah. A double collab in one video? Let's just hope he responds. And I suppose we'll know by the time the video comes out if he does respond or not. Okay, I don't really need any in particular vehicle to make fly, but I suppose I could go something... What is that? Is that a bug in the perfect automation game? No. All right, well, I was meant to start the video now, but I'm gonna procrastinate by complaining about a small, basically uninteresting issue. Circle these bits. Found a weird little bug. Oh, and Ekamen is in here too. One of my longest time viewers. All right, you know what? Nope. Back to making the video. Let's look up flying car. This is kind of what I had in mind. So that does look like a mid-engine supercar. This is also kind of what I was thinking about. Not actually that one, but that sort of idea. I remember there was one like in the 90s or something that was a flying car that I was thinking of. But I don't know. These supercar looking ones are looking to be quite popular. So mid-engine, these you know what, actually no, I like these buddies. Let's use that, 2.6 meters, perfect. And I'm gonna set this one in the 90s just because. Now, this is also gonna be like a homemade budget thing. So it's gonna be made out of fiberglass. It's gotta be a monocoque made out of glued aluminium like a Lotus. And then I'm gonna go transverse on the mid. That way it'll be a more compact weight. I think. No, longitudinal. And I have like an LS engine in here somewhere. I'm gonna go with one of those. All right, I've tried to make it light, but it's still about a ton, and the weight distribution is a little too much towards the rear. The only other thing to worry about is making sure that my lift values are equal, so I'm gonna need to add a little tiny itsy bitsy wing on the rear. What about our top speed? Apparently we can go much faster than this, which is good because that means we have low drag, which is good for a flying vehicle. 300, so this is going to easily, with just a lumpy old LSV8, easily go over 200 miles per hour. I'm going to have to speed test this. Okay, I think that works. Problem is though, it's gonna be a little bit bad for thumbnails. Maybe I should change the color. I'm thinking just like a bright, vibrant red works. Well, I suppose before I start making the mod, I really should take it for a bit of a spin around. Not gonna hear me complaining about having to drive a vehicle around. Got the steering wheel, got the dash there, and it is very easy to drift, and you know, also spin out like that. It's not a skill issue. It's clearly the game and car's fault, not mine at all. I realized I forgot to put exhaust on this. I'm gonna go do that, and now we start making the mod. Cam so fly parts. I was going to show you how all of the planes and triangles and stuff work, but this hasn't really exported correctly. On a normal vehicle like this, each one of these triangles is the drag and the lift. And let's say, for instance, we had a big wing, like this one. This has values on it to create lift values, but the lift is negative lift, which is putting it into the ground, which is helping with handling. So if we create something like this on the side of this, except give it like place them upside down, because as you can see, green is the top side, purple is the under. But we do that on the side of this vehicle, it will then be able to fly. But I also don't want it to be just on the side of people's vehicles all the time. I want there to be a button bound, so then it'll extend when the button is pressed. So what I could theoretically do is have two separate wing parts, all on a joined rail system, because they don't need to be joined to have a rail connected to. And then the mesh starts here, and then the mesh ends here. That way, when it extends outwards, it kind of looks like they're almost inflating. I mean, it's working in my head, probably not in yours. Yeah, I think the only thing I could do right now is just start by making it. Let's take the flyboy and have a look at the collision mesh so we have an idea of what we want to do. And if the center of mass is about here, that's what will make the wing. So I'm going to start by making a mesh plane, and it's going to be something like this. I'm also not going to shape this into like a pointed sort of wing, because I want to have a rail that connects all the way here and then into the other one to just give that extra stability. And let's export that. Now all I have to do is like add values and stuff to this. Sure. I think I'm gonna grab from the Miramar. Start with flex bodies, but we don't have anything to go in yet, so it'll just be blank. We probably will need a controller, but we're not gonna deal with that yet. Then let's grab ourselves some code. Friction values are good, node material, fine. Node weight, 3.5 kilos each, sure. We also need to duplicate this and then make that a right side. Next, we're gonna need to grab ourselves some beam stuff. Torsion bombs, no. Slide nodes and rails, yes. We'll just quickly plop those in. Then we'll grab the node stuff. Hopefully these values are good. Don't want optional. Then at the end of the beam section, we want to grab the stuff that sets everything back to default. We will, however, have to put in some more connection-y nodes and beams, but for now that'll do. As for the triangle stuff, we're gonna go look at a wing. Perfect. Kind of. Damn it, not really. Sure, we could put in the drag and the ground model type, but we also need to grab this code. Apart from having to put in hydros, got to do the slide rails and that'll be good. First one's going to be like front wing rail. Now I'll attach on the most outwards ones, which should be 0, 2, and 4. Then we're going to import the J-beam again, but this time we'll have all of the extra information on it. Anyway, we want zeros to connect, and then also the ones to go on it. So let's grab 1 and put it there. Then duplicate this and make it the other 1. Yes, I think we're on the right track. All right, let's create a second lot of wing. 2 and 2. Duplicate this, make this the new rail, and they all take the 3s. So easy. Good. Okay, now that is a rail, and these are connected along it. So these should hold these in place very good. And then the same with the next lot. And as for these like outer ones that go along here, well, those are going to have to be like independently connected. That's going to be a struggle, that one. I've also added some connection parts. I think we're good to try it out for now. There's a slight possibility that this will just completely explode the moment I spawn it in. And oh wait, if we go control to perfect. Okay, well, these are meant to be, what are they called? Ailerons? You know, I'm not really much of a plane person, so I'm not only modding, but I'm also learning at the same time. That's a problem. And if I try to drive forwards right now, this is gonna be a problem, right? Oh, kinda went through him. All right, let's bring it up to the motorway. Will this try to lift off on its own as we drive along here? It doesn't look like we're flying yet. Okay, there's some stability issues. Oh, dearie me. That's not a good. That's a very bad. Okay. This has not worked quite how I planned it. I think it might be those absolute rearward flaps that are not tied down yet. Okay, you're getting commented out for now. Now's it gonna be a little bit more stable. Should be a hell of a lot more stable without those bits on there. Because I feel that was the big problem. Yes, okay. Are we not generating lift? What's happening? We're going 200 kilometers an hour. Didn't it say that our vehicle should be doing like 200 miles an hour? Getting in the vicinity. Oh, we're getting close to... Okay, yeah, we're very floaty on the ground right now, but we're not generating lift. Oh, dearie me. Okay. That's not going to plan. Time to cheat by just like adding unrealistically high amounts of lift. About 200 something on the front and about 300-ish on the rear. And we're about takeoff speed, and we haven't actually lost a lot of weight. We're losing quite a bit on the front, but not a lot on the rear. Oh my god, we flew! We flew! We did it! Oh my god! Okay. I have an idea. Put you right about there. This couldn't go wrong at all. Thrust away! Okay, we are flying. We are actually legitimately flying. We got a little bit too much angle, too much rake, and oh, we're gonna start going backwards. Oh, well, at least we got more crumple zone that way. Oh no, now we're upside down. That was not a good landing. Looks a little bit more like a Bugatti Veyron now from kind of this angle. Okay. Next things next. I'm gonna deal with the parts on the back. I don't know what they're called. Trailing edge flaps. Yep, that's what we want. I thought they're called like ailerons or something. I really don't know. Flaps. Oh, there we go. Ailerons. What's the difference between an aileron and a flap? I don't honestly know when it comes to flying. The question is, am I going to bother with a rear wing, or do I make this a little bit more like a delta wing? No, not that delta wing. Something a little bit more... Is that a car? That's a plane? Oh my god, that's amazing. But no, I think this is kind of what I want. Is that a lambda wing? Or a diamond wing? There we go, this sort of thing where it has no tail wing. Unfortunately though, that is a very specific design type, and I don't think people are going to let me off of not making this correct, so I have to add something on the back here. Is it me or is Google search just getting really bad? I typed in plane without rear wing, and then it showed me a plane that only has rear wings. That should work. We got the flappy bits, the aileron of the rear don't expect me to know things, but that should make us a hell of a lot more stable now. This should be lifting the car up a lot better. I don't know how it's gonna work when we take off though. Okay, yep, it's creating more lift. And if I accelerate, Oh, okay, it twists the entire vehicle. Oh, yep, that's how torque works, and I completely forgot. I'm an idiot. But we are slowly getting there. I should really move on to the hydraulics section first, right? Oh, wait, hold on. How am I gonna make the ailerons move? Oh dear. Can I have like a torque beam sort of thing? Because I can't like hydraulic it off of this. They're gonna need to like rotate. Now I know that there is like a hydraulic steering torsion setup. Torsion hydros. As a torsion bar where? This is looking like what I want. Okay. How does it work? Torsion hydros are a variant of hydros. However, instead of being a beam whose length varies on demand, they're set up as a torsion bar. Oh, where the angle between both ends can be changed on demand. Oh, okay, they work inverse to each other. That's interesting. That means I can have this side go down and this side go up. The problem is I'm not going to be able to make it then pitch correctly, which I would have to then solve with this. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I could just set it up each other side to like this, which will always be a vertical beam with an automation car. Okay, I think that works. The problem is when I go to extend it out, is this still going to work? Because the torsion may not want to extend outwards. I think before I get into torsion hydros and figuring out whether they'll be able to work correctly, I gotta be able to make this extendable now. So let's grab some hydro code and put it here. And I don't need a whole lot of work here. All I need to do is have these two connected. I don't need to have this connected to this and then this connected to this. We just want the whole thing to extend out. Though it may do it unevenly, I'm thinking I'm gonna have this quite fast. I'm thinking this sort of speed. Okay, so far what we have is we have the input reader goes to, if that becomes 1, so usually it would be off, but if I press a key, which I've set up in the key binding sections, it'll show up as 1 as an electrics value. So 1 means the key is pressed. Then it'll go, if the switch, which is set to 0, is equal to 0. So this is nothing at the moment. It will then get added a 1 to it. So this is just a floating value there. It means really nothing. But what that'll also mean is it allows it to switch the value on and off. So the wing will be at, yeah, frick. I don't know. I think I've done this wrong. All right, I give up. I'm having a look at how I did it for this. Oh, is this right? No, that's not right. Red button. Okay, this is how I did it. Oh, there's a lot of things to go through here. I think this should work. Okay, let's do a quick little refresh. Wings should be inwards. Okay, let's just make sure that they're at all. They're just really small at the moment. That's not right. Oh, okay, if I turn beams off, okay, they are there. They're just very close to each other. Well, what happens if I press the extendo button? Oh, what the hell is happening? What? Yep, I am not on even ground. That's why they're just falling out in the road. Damn it! What have I done wrong? Maybe I do need to connect these to the inner parts. So instead of connecting you to you, I am gonna have to connect you to you. Unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna stop the fact that they're really floppy when they really shouldn't be. Why are you just falling out in your road? You shouldn't be falling out. What are you doing? As I'm cycling through all of these beam types, I'm starting to realize I think there's actually no hydros connection. You know what it could be? The fact that I'm using them on the wrong nodes. I'm such an idiot. I spent probably a half an hour trying to debug this. Now if I press the button, holy cow, it's working. Not enough though. Can I turn wing max to 10? Let it extend. Will it go all the way out to 10? Nope, okay. Let's undo the 10 then. And instead, inside of the wings, we're gonna have this. Let's try 20. Oh, that is much slower, but it looks like it is now going double the distance. Okay, that needs to be further. Let's turn this up to like 50. Now when I press the button, that's looking more like it. And, okay, well, that's a weird problem. Okay, if you hold the button too long, it'll bounce. That's helpful. Yeah, okay. Love that. All right, now a model. Gonna be honest, I'm not great at this sort of stuff. Now what we're gonna do is put a smaller face in, then extrude outwards, and it'll look like it's meant to be extending. Then one last one, and I think that'll do. I just gotta set some faces to be not quite so jank. So we'll do this by selecting these faces to be smooth, but then change these edges to be sharp. That's a wing. Perfect. And then, oh, right. That's, okay. What's happening here is the wing is fully extended, except the actual wing, which is here, is not fully extended. First, get those to line up, then get this to line up somewhere around there. That should do it. I'm not sure if that last nubbins is gonna do it right. Let's have a look. Yep, as I thought, last nubbins. All right, let's make that a little bit narrower then. There, that looks pretty darn perfect. Extended, much better. Sure, we have no rear aileron control stuff yet, but it will be there eventually. What's it like to drive at the moment? Oh, you know what? I made the rears floppy. I haven't made them steer yet. Come on, go, go, go. Oh, wait. I was also in the middle of making this extend and whatnot, which means more hydros. RVL1 gets attached to maybe like A5 and A6? Why must you be like this? Why do you hate me so much? Well, what's it like when I try to extend it? Perfect. You know what it is? I don't need it to outlimit 50 times. This only needs to be like 1.5 and extend. Getting very, very close. That's looking good for now. Next thing I have to do is add on the extendy flat bits. A long time ago, I got rid of them, but their time is nigh. God damn it. There we go. It's not perfect in any means necessary, but yeah, it's doing all right. Am I able to set up a torsion beam where node 2 and 3 are the same? That'd be fantastic. Wait, no, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna use that torsional hydro stuff. Hey, big spender. Let's put that in here. I have only ever actually worked with like a hydro beam, not a torsion beam. So I don't know if there's meant to be different values here. Or maybe I need a controller. I'm gonna use the Zenvo wing mod that I made a while ago and try to modify this. Though in a controller, I don't know how to get custom inputs. This could prove to be tricky.
One winner later.
I give up on the torsion hydros. That's just not a thing I'm going to be able to figure out. Okay, on the wings, we have left and right steer and ever so slight aileron control. Let's see if we can fly. Should be about takeoff speed. No, ailerons set the wrong way. I am not lifting off. Come on! How is this? Oh dear, oh, that's gone poorly. That's really bad. Okay, you know what? Yep, that needs to stop. God, do I really need a ramp every single time? This is insane. These have like really high values too. They should be easily flying upwards. I think I'm gonna cheat a little bit more. If I move these backwards just a little bit, it'll make it a little bit bigger. At the very last second, shablam! Ha! And away we go. Do I have any control? I have a little bit of control. I don't want to add thrust onto this because that just makes life even worse. But that's actually pretty freaking cool. I had control there for a very short amount of time. Now I do understand that the faster you go, the less traction you're gonna have, the less ability to lift off you're gonna have. Yeah, I get it. I get it. There we go. There we go. Nope. Stay up. Ah. And then like the rear V angle brakes. Whatever. I think I have to call it. It's getting pretty darn late and I need to go to sleep so I can be up early. I think I've said this already. My brain is starting to melt. I have to hand it in the way that it is. Even though it technically doesn't work on all cars without people modding. But hopefully he doesn't ask. All right, I may perhaps seen a part of your mod being a roof accessory. I also want to point out for my viewers here quickly, My mod is tiny, and I've got one thing. Your mod, without the vehicle, was over 100 megabytes. Was it
Well,
like...
I figured if I'm going up against the best, I got to give it my best effort and throw everything I can at it.
Methinks maybe one day was not enough for me to make a mod to compete with whatever this behemoth mod is that you've made.
So, as you said, roof accessories. But got quite a few roof accessories.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Have you put it on and applied it?
I have, and I hit sync, and I'm driving around with...
You're driving around right now? Okay. You've got a police bar on your vehicle. So this is something I did a while ago, but I didn't make it a common mod. I just had it on my own vehicle because I didn't know how to make mods back then.
Let's see, I also have...
Oh, no, event queued. There we go. Hey, look at you! You did the fifth wheel.
I may have stolen some of your files to make this work.
Sure, it's a little bit cheaty, but okay, I suppose.
But yeah, it does work. You know, works as a fifth wheel. Does work with the brakes as well, the pressure.
Okay,
etc.
You got all that. Perfect. Nicely done.
So the categories that I have: the roof lights and signs. You saw the police lights. I also have the taxi ad carrier.
Okay.
The trailer hitch. Roof loads, which are all of the loads from the base, the vanilla rooftop thing, or whatever you want to call them. So let me hit.
Yeah, just show me.
Yep, get in the right spot and hit sync, because apparently it wants me to hit sync for you to see them.
Your vehicles like do a little bit of a dance. Sometimes it's weird. Oh, okay. You've got like couches and stuff, so you got all of those sorts of things.
The mattress, which does actually affect, and you can lift up cars if you're going too fast with it. Yeah, so all of those loads. And
that's client side, not server side. I ripped it off on mine. I bet you it's still on yours.
It is still on mine. Well, and last thing.
Okay, last thing, yeah.
I told you there's a couple categories. The last category is the crazy category. And
okay.
I have, you can, if you want, and this is why the mod is so big, you can put a Piccolina or a Widgeon body on top of your car if you want to do a double-decker car. Now, see, if I was good at modding, I would have put these all at... We went through the effort to put them all at the exact same offsets, etc. But since I'm pulling a lot of stuff from common folders, you know, it is what it is. All right, that should be... I
see a thruster, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I was about to put that on mine, but it didn't really help with what I was trying to do. So how about I now show you mine?
Absolutely.
Now, unfortunately, there's control Lua stuff, which can't be in the common directory. So you're going to have to like drag this in every time you make a car. Do you like my car?
It is a nice car. It does look like it's a fast car.
Okay, yeah.
Probably a little bit faster than that station wagon.
You reckon this car looks like it flies?
I mean...
How about now?
I have a feeling... Holy crap. They popped out and popped back in, but...
Oh, are they just popping back in for you?
There you go. They say it off that time. You have you have airplane wings that can pop out on your vehicle.
Yep. And
that is wild.
Now, if I fly over this, I will have the ability to fly a little bit. Okay, well that sucked. Let me get a little bit more of a run up. Okay, I've got to get all my key bindings ready. Ha! There we go. Okay, I went up. Why is it sucking so bad? I swear, it was going much better than this. So I tried to also add Jato to this. Unfortunately, Jato didn't help the situation. All right. Also, it gets very unstable to drive if you try to drive it too fast. And okay, well, you get the idea, right? Am I cool?
Yeah. Well, I think that's certainly a good way to get a long distance on the Car Jump Arena.
Yes, I am actually going to be submitting this to a little old Neological to see whether what he thinks about it. Well, I think the final thing left to do is to leave it to our members. Now, they're not going to see this video, And we'll come back in a couple of days to see what they vote for. But I'm going to move this ramp to the end of the highway so I can show you it's just a little bit better. Trust me, it's not as lame as what it looks.
Oh, it does not look lame at all. It looks like a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah, mine will more glide than fly, but give it a try. You go first.
Alright, let's...
Oh, you are much faster than me. And mine only has like an LSVA. You are completely gone. I do not see you.
I completely missed the ramp.
Nice.
This thing might be a little hard to control at a couple 100 miles an hour.
Alright, wings out. Oh, no, I missed as well. We're both terrible at this, aren't we?
How do you get the wings out on yours?
It is semicolon. Or colon, whichever one it is. I would not suggest driving with them out. It makes the car a little bit less grippy. And if you have a joystick, I've got it bound for the aileron controls on the something. I think it was on the D-pad by default. You missed! There we go.
I looked down to find the semicolon. I need to bind that to a
yep, fair enough.
key on my joystick.
I think I might do that as well. I'm also going to move the front wings forwards a little bit, because at the moment, I'm not generating enough front lift. And there we go. Oh, okay, maybe that was a bit much. Maybe that was a bit much. Okay, well, I've
I thought you were going to land that backflip.
Landed it. Woo. Skills.
Stuck the landing.
I'm gonna put this on YouTube and Twitter, methinks. Create post. Which mod is better? 1, roof options, accessories. 2, extendable wings. Looking good. All right, let's post that. I'm also gonna put it on me twits.
Oh no, Elon's gonna be mad at you that you didn't call it X. Because nobody calls it X.
Yeah, nobody calls it X. All right, and it's also on my Twitter. Then I'll meet you back here in a few days.
Sounds good.
All right, so it has been 2 days. I completely demolished you on YouTube and in Twitter, 60-40. So it's not a complete demolishing.
Hey, you know what? You do this for a living, and you're considered the top of the top as far as I'm aware when it comes to modding and BeamNG modding. So the fact that I could still
the names
somewhere close.
I will admit we did it maybe not quite right. Like the couch was facing the wrong way, and you didn't get to show all of your roof accessories. I wasn't able to update the post. I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah, but that's all right. I mean, you know what? I still think I would agree that your mod is definitely the more unique. The whole expanding wings is just still wild to me.
Let me abate your feelings of feeling shortchanged here. I'm just gonna get a run up. I took a little bit of time afterwards because 24 hours not long enough. Oh, dearie me. Hold on. I'm just bad at driving. So I'm gonna drive. And then we're gonna extend. And look at this!
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that
much better now.
Right off.
So much faster now, and like proper control almost. Oh, okay, I'm going sideways. This is not where I want to be. But yeah, there you go. See? I'm not as bad as what I initially thought.
No, that is awesome. I'm gonna have some fun messing around with that. That's for sure.
Almost hit the fence.
Watch out for that fence.
Why am I going so sideways? Okay, yeah. So going sideways is a new thing that wasn't a problem before, but it is a problem now. But there you go. Does that make you feel a little bit better now? Knowing that,
It does.
Because remember when we first tried this, like, we had to use a ramp, and it still barely took off. Why does it keep going left?
But, as I said, I'm not too upset, because I honestly, whenever I first agreed to do this, I sent a message to Z-Man because we were going to be recording something else, and I was like, what did I just get myself into? What can I possibly make to compete against, the person that I usually go to your videos to watch how to do stuff to make my own mods. So, but I bow my widgeon to you.
You doff your widgeon.
Exactly.
So this has been a pretty fun video, and I've also realized one little error. I was moving the nodes, but I was also not moving the flex body, so that's why it's looking a little bit weird right now in this video, because I had to move it quite a bit forwards for this vehicle. Also, this vehicle is a lot heavier, so keep that in mind. If you're going to use this, you're going to want to have a fairly light vehicle. The little kink there with the flex body not moving, I'll fix that the moment that this video is over. For now, though, I just wanted to, say, Butch Gaming, pretty cool guy. I do like his stuff. That's why I reached out to him and we put together to do a thing together. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Finally, somebody that is a knowledgeable of modding and also a relatively successful YouTuber at doing it as well. It feels good. I reckon I'm going to do more stuff with him in the future. I like his stuff. For now, what could be done right now is I would like to thank my channel members, because they are freaking awesome. They're just as awesome as he is. For everyone else, though, I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.